Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. How are you doing today? Today our topic, we got a great one. We're going to dive right on into it, is selling and learning how to sell warranties on cars, automobiles. How to sell warranties in person, how to sell service agreements, maintenance agreements, warranties, replacement warranties, repair guarantees, repair replacements. How do you sell these things? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, I had a couple of guys that are getting back in touch with me and say, hey, Gary, could you do me a favor? Could you make a video about how to sell, warranties on cars? And I said, okay, well, I'll give it a shot. Well, you've got some great people called F&I people that are in your locations when you sell cars. These guys, they're at the very end of the presentation, which I never could understand why they were at the end of the presentation. I guess, you're selling the rah, you're selling the car, looking real good, but then they're adding stuff onto it. And people have already been through this so many times, or maybe they haven't, and they put up a kind of a wall. But see, we can help eliminate that wall. Remember, we're talking about how do you sell warranties on cars. First off, if you're an F&I man and you're sitting in your office and you're not out there walking around, talking to customers and, just being seen. A lot of these companies don't do that. But in my mind, if I had to sell like an F&I, a finance person to help somebody be able to get my warranty, service agreements, repair agreements, I want to be able to see them. And I want to see them at the car if possible. So if you have the capability to take the customer to the vehicle, this is if you're in person, you need to be able to do that. Because see, what you're going to do is you're going to get them all excited, and then you're going to show them all the new technology. Now, this car that I'm in right now is about 5 years old, so it's a little bit outdated, but the technology is still prevalent. A lot of these new ones have the capability to have electrical systems built into them, along with gas, making them a hybrid or electrical only type thing system. And I'm gonna tell you what, all of these nice vehicles, they all have something wonderful in them, electronics. And if anything is man-made, made by AI, anything that's woman-made, it's going to eventually break. And it sucks when it breaks because it ends up costing a lot of money. So you as a salesperson, to help your sell to be even a better sell, not only for you, but you want to see if you can get some back-end money, just like the finance people do. Because if they sell additional services, that's how they make their little bit of extra money. But it's also a way to keep customers coming back. Because when you have maintenance that needs to be done on a vehicle, you need to share that with your customers. And one of the biggest things that I would do is when I'm talking to, hey, how are you doing today? Welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. Oh, and then you find a car that they like. Oh, isn't this wonderful? This is a 25, and it's got this, and this, and man, let me show you this, and let me show you all that. And then you walk them and you let them see the interior. Have a seat. Now, when they sit in this time, depending on the time of day, the light, you got a lot of illumination that's coming from your dashboards when you first get in, especially when the lighting is a little bit low. You can see it's like so bright. It's like, wow, what is all that? Well, that's stuff that needs to be maintained, guys. That's stuff that if they had to do a repair and they had no service agreement or maintenance agreement on it, they would be charged a fortune. It's just the way it is, technology. And I'm just going to show you my dirty car. I'm out working today. I do my little side hustle on the weekends, and I make extra money as a security officer, but it also gives me the time to call customers and make cool videos and set appointments and so forth. But if you're trying to sell a car and you're wanting to make extra money, we have to sell the service agreement. Now, if you notice, this is an older car, but if you look at it, it's got a display, and with this display, it's got electronics. You also notice that you have air conditioning, and you want to point these things out to your customers. And the reason why you want to point these things out to your customers is because you need to let them know, well, this comes with the manufacturer's 1 year parts and labor. And what we do is we can go ahead and take care of that for you, so you can bring it right directly to our shop. And remember, when you're buying a nice car, you need to have the oil maintained. You need to have the tires rotated. And these are some basic things that you can tell your customer and show them when you're trying to sell them service or a warranty or a maintenance agreement. And then what I would do is I would sit in the car and I'd show them all that kind of stuff. And I'd also show them the book itself, the book that's got the information about the vehicle. And I'm not one of these kind of people that know how to fix stuff really, really well, but I do know that I know people who do, and I like to buy service agreements, maintenance agreements, warranties, and replacement care. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Again, you have all this technology. If you're trying to sell, I'm just saying, even over the phone, you need to be able to paint pictures and remind the customers of what they're doing. And I like, one of my favorite cars that I like Kias. That's one of my favorite cars. You may like what you like, but I like Kias. They've been good to me. This is my third one. But the reason why I bought them is because I got service on them, maintenance on them, oil changes done on them. I just had the vehicle maintained properly. And if you're selling a car, remember, by having customers come in and use their service agreements, their maintenance agreements, their repair agreements, it's going to give them another opportunity to see even more vehicles. It's like building a relationship with a customer. And you want to know these customers because they have family and friends. Now, when you look underneath the hood, well, for me, I look under the hood and I see a lot of cool stuff. I see a lot of electronics. I see belts. I see hoses. I see oil. I see, stuff to keep the car cool. I mean, you've got engine coolant. You've got a battery set up over here. You've got underneath here, you've got your different pieces of equipment. And all this stuff, like I said, maybe for some folks, it's real easy. You got a battery case right here with all these electronics inside of it. And when I'm talking to customers, if I'm trying to sell a car, I definitely want to point out all these different things. Now, if I was selling cars, I'd bone up on each car. I'd bone up on each thing about a car. I'd bone up on the information about how these things work so that I can sell a warranty, a service agreement. You got to let them know that you got to change the oil. You got to maintain the tires. You got to maintain the coolant. Because, see, what will happen is some of these coolants, they'll dry up. I had a coolant that dried up, and nobody ever told me at any place that I ever took it to get an oil change that I needed to have that service. I needed to have that added. And I had a big old flashing light. But once I put it in, about an hour later, I was able to see. Remember, when you're looking to buy a car, if you're looking to sell a car, you got to walk the customer around. You got to show them all the features. You got to show them the tires. You got to show them about the depth of the tires, how deep they should be when they need to be replaced. And your company has all of those for you. Some of the companies even give you the capability to put in brand new rims. They give you the whole capability to put in lights. I mean, they just give you a lot of stuff that if something were to break, you're going to be like, oh man, I can't fix that. I need some help. And a lot of times, not everybody's real scrupulous. That means they don't always tell the truth. But if you're getting a warranty or a service agreement, you got to remember, if you're selling these, never lie to the customers. Always be honest about what they do cover and what they don't cover. You don't want somebody like a security officer or a police officer to walk you to their car to go, well, you lied, okay? Or get sued, or just tell the truth, guys. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. I've been in sales for a long time. I've helped a lot of people get a lot of stuff, and warranties and service agreements are so valuable. You see this car, if you do the detailed maintenance on these cars, they can last you a long time. But if you don't sell your service, you don't sell your warranty, I would walk them around the bay. I would talk them and show them all the places where they can get a free, oil change. They can get a free cleaning. They can get their stuff maintained. But if they didn't buy the service agreement or the warranty on their car, they're kind of screwed. But you give them the benefits. You pre-sell this stuff. You drop it in with hints of information while you're walking around, driving the car, looking at the car. You tell the customer, look, this is important. When you purchase this and when you own this, you're going to be a happy camper. And the reason why is because now you've got peace of mind. And if you want to get something taken care of, you're not going to go, dang, who's going to help me? And remember, service agreements, maintenance agreements, warranties on cars, they're not hard to sell, but you have to walk customers through the process. Let them see all the things that are inside the vehicle. Show them the different bays where they can have their services maintained, and show them the places in case they have any questions, concerns, where they can get help. And remember, when you're trying to sell warranty service agreements on audio or anything on cars, you got to believe in it. So make sure if you're buying that car, you get the service. So when you talk to your customers about buying service agreements, warranties, and maintenance agreements,
you'll have in the back of your mind, I do believe. And you got to believe, guys, so that way your customer can say, I'll take it. Okay, so get out there and sell something. But if you're a salesperson and you're trying to sell a car and you ain't knowing anything about the warranty, the service agreement, maintenance agreements, you owe it to yourself to get there and start learning. So get out there and enjoy your day, but don't forget to sell something. And remember, warranties on cars, oh yeah, they matter. Okay, all right.